Like, oh, this is just some nervous guy. First lie that I received was being a little worried to accusing me of things. He really wanted to like go through my phone. And hi, it's Jaylia. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be taking a deep dive and getting into my story of my toxic slash abusive, emotionally abusive relationship that I was in last year. A lot happened. It was definitely like a brain teaser for me, and it was just a lot of questioning myself and just how I got to where I got to, and just how I overcame it and how I got my confidence back. This is gonna probably be a 4-part video series thing because it's a long story and I don't want the videos to be too long for people, so I'm splitting it up. In this video, we're really gonna get into the introduction of the relationship, the introduction of like how it began. So let's get into it. Like, comment, subscribe. So let's start back in April 2023. Wait, no, 2024. That was last year. See, my brain is still fried up from what happened. So let's start April 2024. So I started a new job, and recently I had fully, I guess, recovered from a very intense breakup from a relationship in which it was a very positive relationship and in which I didn't know. There was just a lot going through my mind after that relationship. So it was April. I was ready to, get back out there, get back to dating, and just, it wasn't like a recovery. It was just like a, hey, I've spent months recovering from this past really sad breakup. Let me see what's out there. So that was my first mistake. So I got back on the dating app. So I've always done dating apps. Because I'm as a person, it's hard for me to meet and talk to people in real life and in person because it's like I'm working or I'm busy with other things. So to me, dating apps were the best way to find love. So I was like on Bumble, Facebook dating, and yeah, so on Facebook dating, I matched with this guy. We're gonna call him M because his name started with an M. So M, I think he liked my profile, and M, he's Haitian. He was recently, I guess, well, not recently, but like he had moved here from Haiti like the previous year and was like, oh, hi, I'm, learning English, getting to know people. And yeah, so it started out with just chatting, and then I had also liked his profile because I saw he was Haitian. Hence, I'm Haitian. I'm from Haiti originally. So I was like, oh, I've never really seen another Haitian around. And he happened to be like 5 hours from me. So to me, I was like, oh, like we were just chatting. And then I guess we were just talking more. And he made himself appear to be like a shy guy that was just like sweet and demure, and not really like in any way aggressive or anything like that. So it's like, oh, this is just some nervous guy. First lie that I received was who he was personality wise. First deception, and I fell for it. And yeah, we were chatting for like a month, and then so April through like May we were talking, and then I guess we started dating. Um, he and he he kind of he didn't really ask me. He kind of stated it and was like, "Oh, I guess we're dating now." And I was like, "I guess," but I was like, "Whatever." So yeah, we were talking, and the conversation started out normal, and then as we started dating, in a sense, it became a little like he started out basically as like a sweet person, being like, "Oh, how are you?" So then I was like, I opened up to him, like talked about my past, talked about things like that, and by like the first month we were just talking, it was fine, it was cool. And then by the second month, there was kind of like a shift in energy. It was kind of like, but it was a minor shift. It was in the sense of like, oh, what are you doing? Or like, hey, I want to talk, like video call a lot all the time. And in that moment, I was like, oh, someone's interested in me. I was recovering from that relationship. So I was like, to me, I was like, oh, this is normal. The amount of times he wants to call and talk and text. That's like, and it's like he's from a different country. He doesn't really have friends here. That's what he said. He doesn't really have friends here. And so I was like, that makes sense. I'm probably the only one he talks to here. So yeah, we were talking, we were texting, and then we were like trying to figure out like when he could visit and come out. And he didn't drive. Um, he had a job. He worked, but he lived with like his uncle and his aunt. So it was just that type of situation. So I was like, oh, it's just a kid, and um, he's at the time I was 19 and he was 21. Yeah, he's 21, so he's a couple years older than me. So at the time I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's just a regular dude. So by like the second month of talking, it kind of turned into like a controlling thing of, but like in my mind, I was like, oh, since we're dating, he's probably like nervous that like, oh, since we're long distance, that I don't know. I made up some excuse in my head that was like, oh, he's probably just nervous and on edge because we haven't met in person, and all these excuses, which I really shouldn't have given excuses because his behavior was not okay. And um the text went from being a little worried to accusing me of things and accusing me of that, and just using what I had opened up to him against me, and just saying terrible things texting terrible things to me. And I kind of just ignored it. I tend to just like ignore whatever comments people make. And I think also because like some people in my family like have talked to me kind of in that way. So I thought he was being sarcastic, and just so I was kind of used to being talked to in that way because of someone in my family. So it seemed normal to me at the moment. I was like, oh, this is just how my sister talks to me a little bit. So I was like, it's fine. So we meet, and yeah, when we first met, he was he was fine. He acted nice and sweet, and there was like only one time where it was like, oh, like something's a little off, because like he really wanted to like go through my phone, and I was like, I don't have anything on my phone, but like he took it, and like was just going through it, and I was like, oh, trust issues, I guess. I don't know. That's what he said it was. He's just like, oh, just I have some trust issues. I got cheated on before, this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't have anything to hide. So yeah, it was like, okay. So that visit went fine. So other than that, there wasn't anything major red flags. Obviously, the messages before were red flags, but since I was kind of used to that behavior, I didn't take those red flags seriously, and I should have. And I think those texts, I should have just ended it there, but I didn't. And and I really should have. That was a big mistake on my part. So we texted, and then we were like, oh, and then he was like, oh, I miss you so much. I need you, this and that. And he was, and somehow, I don't know what happened, but somehow he got me to be like, to one, agreed to be engaged with him. I, I don't know. I don't really know, but some mind trickery, he made it to make it seem like it was my idea, but I think it was his idea of bringing up, being like, let's get married. And that's a big red flag too. And I miss that. And yeah, it's not okay. It is not okay. So we get engaged after basically 2.5 months of dating. So he visited me, and then I visited him, and then he proposed when I visited him. And that, I don't know, to me, someone wanting to engage that early should have been a red flag, but it wasn't. And I think personally, I was in the mindset of like marriage, because my last relationship that I had, we had also talked about that, but it was a healthy relationship, and it was like, oh, something in the distant, far future. And in my mind, I was like, I want that so bad. And then I was like, secretly like, oh, it will show my ex if I get married. Like he will know. He blocked me on everything. He won't. He's not gonna know. So that was dumb of me to be like. I think it was because I was like, I wanted that with that other person so bad that I was like, okay, let me do this with him, and I shouldn't have done that. So I'm gonna leave this first part at that, because I want to go section by section, and yeah, it's a cliffhanger. We get engaged. We got engaged. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And please like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'm not gonna hold up the upload on all the other parts to this. It will go up pretty soon after. So just wait for that. Please, yeah, like and subscribe if yeah, if you want to hear more of this story. So, yeah, thank you.